Hey everyone, James here, and welcome back to another day of VEDS. Today, I am going to be reacting to the second trailer to the movie that, if I release this correctly, will just be premiering today on the good old Disney Plus, Pinocchio, starring Tom Hanks. This is, of course, the live-action remake to Pinocchio, and while I will freely admit that this is probably purely being made just to try to one-up Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, because it's Disney, so it'll be way more recognizable, and it'll be on Disney Plus, which I believe is actually going a lot better than Netflix is right now. I realize that may just be a very cynical point of view. Maybe this one will actually be good. We'll never know until we start watching the trailer, so let's do that now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, so that's Stromboli,
I present to you
Jiminy,
the eighth wonder of the world.
Tom Hanks is Geppetto. That actually looks like they might have actually made a real
One
marionette.
and only
Oh, wow. Live-action Stromboli is definitely going to give people nightmares.
Hello, Pops.
Oh, God! Touch the cat!
Jumping jeepers.
And almost
Jumpin' jeepers, really? You couldn't use Jiminy Crickets?
Turn around, let me get a look at you. I will be right here.
That's straight up the animation from the original.
Pinocchio is running around loose without a conscience? Can you imagine the trouble he's gonna get into?
Wouldn't want that on my conscience.
Everybody who's anybody
that?
wants to be a somebody.
But I want to be real.
Why on earth would you want to be real when you can be famous?
Nice Disneyland castle in the back.
Pinocchio should have been home by now.
Oh, it's from Rob Zemeckis. Pleasure Island.
He won't be a puppet anymore. That's for sure.
I guess that's the coachman.
Pinocchio, be brave.
Truthful.
And unselfish.
Unselfish.
You will always be my real boy.
Disney Plus Day premiere.
A lie can really change a person, Pinocchio.
Oh, what's happening, Jiminy?
Looks like some sort of fairy magic. Kinda on the nose, if you ask me.
Ba-dum. Oh, that's cool. That was a cool way of doing the Disney Plus intro. So overall, I will say I was actually pleasantly surprised by this trailer. By a number of things, actually. Number one, by how faithful it's being to the original animation, sometimes even mimicking exact shots from the original film. However, this could be both a good thing and a bad thing. If you're too faithful, I think you tread into the waters of bad Disney remakes, like Beauty and the Beast, and yes, The Lion King, which was god-awful, where people start to question, okay, why is this being done? And of course, the cynical answer is money. However, I do also understand if you're not faithful enough, then people start thinking, what have you done to my beloved classic? And yeah, you don't want that either. It is a very difficult balance, but at least from what I'm seeing so far in the trailer, it does seem like it is somewhere in the middle. Maybe to like Aladdin, which I really did enjoy. The effects work in the film, again, for being a streaming movie, I think doesn't look that terrible, especially when you consider how many CGI characters there are going to be in this movie. Not even to mention how many CGI shots there are going to be in this movie. You think, like, how many characters are CGI? Pinocchio himself, Figaro, Cleo, a Foulfellow and Gideon, the puppets maybe that are in I've Got No Strings, Jiminy Cricket, Monstro, the Blue Fairy, maybe to some extent. These are a lot of CGI heavy. This is a CGI heavy film, and we've definitely seen worse. I do think it is a little weird how we still have not gotten much of Tom Hanks's Geppetto in both trailers. We really haven't gotten that much. Now, that again, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. They could either be holding it because it's really good, or, vice versa. It also looks like there might be a new character in this version, a seagull. Like, we see the seagull a couple of times. It looks like they might come in handy at the end with the Monstro thing. I don't know anything about that. I don't know who's playing that. I don't know what the role in the story is. But, I mean, it is something new, so for people who want them to do something new, well, there you go. It's not much, but it's there. I do also have to briefly compliment the voice acting in this trailer, particularly, I would say, the voice acting on Pinocchio himself, because I don't know if they got who they usually get to do Pinocchio now, who's mimicking the original child actor who did it in the 40s, but whoever they got to do it pretty much nailed the voice. I do also have to say that I'm excited that this is also a musical. We have I've Got No Strings, Hi Diddly Dee, When You Wish Upon a Star, of course, because that's Disney's anthem, and that plays throughout the trailer. It's not often we get a musical nowadays, so, you know, I kind of have to commend it for that much. So yeah, overall, pleasantly surprised and actively excited, which is good, because I'm doing this ahead of time, which probably means when I'm uploading this, I'm already watching the film. One final thing that I want to note here, right before I was going to wrap up, I noticed towards the end of the trailer, when they show, you know, the names of the movie, what you're seeing right now, and they eventually get to the date for Pinocchio, at the bottom, as the Disney Plus logo is coming into frame, there's a little thing at the bottom that shows, "Hey Parents, streaming September 8th. I don't know if you can see it right now, I don't know if it's being cut off, but, you know, there it is right there. That tells me one of two things. Number one, maybe I'm just oblivious and Disney Plus has been doing this for a while now. Or, and the one that I'm, you know, very much more excited for, is the possibility that this means that this version of Pinocchio is going to get as kind of fucked up and dark as that original movie was. So there you have it, everyone. That was my reaction to the brand new trailer, at least at the time of recording, for Pinocchio. As the day of I'm releasing this, now streaming on Disney Plus. Happy Disney Plus Day. What did you think of the trailer? Fire below in the comments down below. And until tomorrow, guys, gals, and my fellow VEDS-ies, I will see you tomorrow.